Hello everyone, I'm Jack Cotton, luxury real estate expert, author, and agent. I'm so excited to talk to you today about my new course I've just completed writing. It's a 2-day intensive selling luxury homes. You know, people ask me all the time, is there any way I can get the training to become a luxury real estate specialist in one fell swoop? Can I do it in a day? Well, I thought about doing it in one day. It really can't be done. 8 hours is not enough. We have to do 16. And even then, it's going to be drinking water from a fire hydrant. Let's talk a little bit about you and getting started in luxury real estate. You know, most people think to be successful in luxury real estate, you have to be born rich and well connected. And that's how you can succeed in this business. Just think about it for a second. You're rich, you show up at the golf course, you meet the starter, you get paired up with the CEO of a Fortune 500 corporation, you get a lead from him, you stop for lunch, you get more leads. You go back on the golf course, you run into more people, more leads, cocktails after golf, more leads, party at the club after golf, even more leads. If you can be born rich and well connected, this is the absolute best path to being successful in luxury real estate, and you can skip this whole class. If, on the other hand, you're like me and you were not born rich and well connected, listen up because this class is for you. We're going to cover tons of stuff. 7 things luxury homeowners or high net worth individuals don't want to hear, and 7 things they do want to hear. We're going to talk about sphere of influence marketing and how important that is. Most business in the high end comes from people you know and people you can influence both directly and indirectly. I'm going to give you some really great strategies for making money, getting listings, and making contacts at the luxury charity auctions that occur in your marketplace. We're going to talk about the 5 areas of expertise that you must have if you expect to be successful in luxury real estate. I'm going to teach you all 5 areas and how to get the expertise in all 5 of those areas. Pricing, one of the most challenging aspects of luxury real estate. How do we compare the incomparable? That house is not like mine. I have a better view. I've got deeper water. I've got better construction. I'm going to teach you how to compare the incomparable and put that into a pricing process that can help you come up with the right price for your luxury listings. We'll teach you how to sweat your USPs or USTs, unique selling propositions and turnarounds. We'll teach you how to look at the market leaders in your marketplace and decide what do they do that you can do differently and better to turn it around to make it into your own USP. We'll sweat the leaders in your marketplace. We'll look at their strengths, their weaknesses, everything they do, and then we'll turn them around. I'm going to talk to you about marketing your expertise. There are certain people in your market who really need that expertise you have in pricing and values. We'll talk about the gatekeepers. We'll talk about public relations. What is the process for getting above the fold in the Wall Street Journal on Friday in the Mansion section or in the various publications in your local market area? We'll talk about your personal brand. How do I dress in my market? I'm in a second home and resort market. How do I convey my brand? What is my brand? What is a brand? We're going to learn all this in this 2-day intensive. We'll talk about your first listing. We'll find that maverick, we'll find that expired luxury listing, and you'll get your first listing, and we will make a plan to get it sold. We're going to work together. We're going to brainstorm with the best people in the business who are gathered to take this class, and we will help you create the first draft of your own market preparation checklist. This is a game changer for your luxury real estate business. This will protect your fees. This will hugely differentiate yourself from all the competition in your marketplace. Every listing presentation for luxury real estate has to cover 7 areas of uniqueness. 7. If you miss any of them, you're not going to get the listing. You're just not, unless you have so much charm and so much great looks and charisma. Maybe you will, but if you have these 7 areas of uniqueness covered in your listing presentation, you have a much higher chance of getting that listing. I'll teach you all 7. I'll teach you the 2-step process to getting listings. I'll teach you how to connect with high net worth individuals. You just can't have a bunch of cool slides and statistics and great looking reports. There's a real strategy to building stories, to wrapping all your USPs in a story to connect with high net worth individuals. When you begin to market your luxury listing, you've got to begin with a buyer profile story. You've got to study the market and understand who is the buyer going to be for this luxury listing. I'll help you create that buyer profile story. I'm actually going to give you a template of a PowerPoint listing presentation that you can customize and make it your own. I mean, 90% of the work is done for covering the 7 areas of uniqueness in this PowerPoint listing presentation. It's yours as part of taking this class. We're going to talk about the big O. That's what keeps people on the sidelines of the luxury real estate business. What am I going to do when they ask me how many homes have sold in this area? What am I going to say when they ask me how many million-dollar properties have I sold? When you know the answer is zero, I'll tell you exactly how to hit that objection head on and overcome it. I'll teach you how to do a CMA for a luxury real estate. I'll show you the exact copy that I use, the exact words and verbiage that I use in my own CMAs. It's yours to use as a result of this class. Then we're going to talk about negotiation. Such a critical aspect of the business. I've been obsessed with negotiation my whole career because, even when you sell a $5 or $10 million house, typically both the buyer and the seller are doing deals in the hundreds of millions of dollars or sometimes the billions of dollars. I always feel outgunned. I'm going to teach you my 3 rules of negotiation to help you equalize the playing field between yourself and your multimillionaire clients. We're going to cover certain negotiation tactics. Now, some people might call these dirty tricks, and I'm not teaching you to use these dirty tricks. I'm teaching you to watch for them, so when someone uses them on you, you don't get taken by surprise. You can say, I know what that person's doing, and I'm prepared, and it's not going to affect me or bother me. We're going to talk about negotiating offers. There's like 5 critical components to negotiating an offer. I'm going to teach you a revolutionary way to do a memorandum of intent to help get the offer on track and started and underway. We're going to end commission negotiation for good because I'm going to teach you how to quantify your USPs. Wouldn't that be cool? So yeah, no more commission fights. Who's going to quantify your USPs? That's really great. And you've read the book, The Millionaire Next Door. I'm going to talk to you about the billionaire next door. The only thing more fun than having a billionaire on one side of a transaction is having them on both sides of the transaction. What do you have to watch out for when you're dealing with billionaires in your marketplace? When you finally get a luxury listing, there's not that many buyers. It can take a longer time to sell them. I'm going to teach you how to communicate with your seller for as long as it takes to get the property sold. Together, we'll create a communication checklist so that you can always make sure you're meeting and exceeding the expectations of your seller during the course of the listing. And people ask me all the time, how much should I spend in marketing a luxury listing? I'll teach you how to budget for the marketing of a luxury listing also. And we'll go into great detail on luxury marketing. We'll cover how to do a buyer profile, how buyers are hiding in plain sight, brochures, print advertising, word of mouth, photography, copywriting, direct and email. We're going to cover all these things in this 2-day Selling Luxury Homes Intensive. Most importantly, we'll talk about luxury open houses, both those you hold for the public and those you hold for other agents. Yeah, you do open houses in the high end too. And then we'll finish up by talking about how you demonstrate the property. You don't show luxury listings, you demonstrate a luxury listing, whatever it takes to show it at its best. At the end, we're going to create an action plan so that all the stuff you're going to learn over this 2 days is going to be mind-boggling. How do I put it into action? The last hour of our time together on the second day, we'll be creating an action plan that you can use to put everything we talked about in action. And then the coolest thing of all is that when this class is over, you're going to get a designation. You're going to get the Luxury Estates Advisor LEA designation. The awesome thing about this designation is that once you get it, you have it forever. There's no renewal, there's no subscription, it's yours. It's your designation. You can use it in your marketing. We'll give you all the slicks and stuff to use in your marketing and business cards and advertising to use the Luxury Estates Advisor designation. And then we'll have another level that will come out in a year if you want to up the level of your designation. But in the meantime, this is yours, no renewal. It's yours to use forever. So that's the summary of our class. You can click on the button down below and you can print out a full syllabus that has every detail of what we're going to cover during this 2-day intensive. I can't wait to see you when you enroll in Selling Luxury Homes, the 2-day intensive in your particular marketplace. Until then, make it a great week.